As America gets ready for Labor Day weekend, California's power grids, well, they are on alert after rolling blackouts earlier this summer, thanks to an over-reliance on so-called green energy sources. Natural gas power plants that were set to be shut down will now have to remain on in case of excessive demand. And speaking of the Biden campaign, Beijing Biden has had to do some, well, more backtracking, after he promised in January that he would end, among other things, fracking.
Like, what about, say, stopping fracking and stopping new pipeline infrastructure?
Exactly.
For more on this, we're joined now by Daniel Turner. He's the executive director of Power the Future. Sir, thanks for taking the time. You are saying that these California blackouts 100% avoidable. Why?
Yeah, this was avoidable and this was predictable. And here's the problem, that you can say what you want about the fossil fuel industry. I'm a big advocate of the fossil fuel industry, but it works in all environments. The governor of California noted how California has not had the sustained winds that it normally has. It hasn't had the sun capacity that it normally has, mostly because of the fire, but also because of cloud cover. This is a known shortage of the green energy movement. So when you replace fossil fuels, which are reliable, they're abundant in America, we have them in tremendous quantities. When you replace it with something that is a known risk, this is the shortcoming. And the shortcoming is people, regular mom and dads, are going days without power, and that is totally inexcusable.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think those in the elitist government in California, they had to worry. They could afford generators. They could afford alternative power sources. It was the poor who were left in the dark during a heat wave without any air conditioning. What would be the impact because Mr. Biden and Kamala Harris have said they will impose California's energy regimen on the entire country if they get into the White House? What would be the impact on the United States if we were to adopt California's way of doing things as far as energy?
Yeah, California is definitely leading the charge in the green movement. And so they are a precursor of what we can experience nationwide if we start adopting the standards. But look, even Joe Biden knows that this green movement has an awful lot of hypocrisy to it. The last two trips he has taken, yesterday and today, both times he took a private jet. He didn't fly. He didn't take Amtrak, which he's a big proponent of. He took a private jet because fossil fuels afford us a tremendous quality of life in America. They are reliable. They are abundant. They are tremendously inexpensive. If we push this green agenda faster than the science allows, right? This is a political movement. It is not a scientific one. If we push it faster than the science allows, these brownouts will continue nationwide. This is totally avoidable, but it's also inevitable.
And very quickly, I got about 30 seconds left, but if we adopt California's way of doing things, would all of the United States be experiencing the same kind of blackouts that Californians are enduring?
If we don't have the weather conditions that allow for green energy, of course. And places like New York, where I'm from, the Northeast, they don't have the wind that California has. They don't have the sun that California has. So where green energy works, we should use it, but we cannot force it on the entire country. And this is what will happen. We will lose our stable electric grid, and the poor, the marginalized, the underprivileged are the ones who will suffer the most. Inevitable.
Mr. Turner, thank you very much for the time. Hey, the good news is, folks, at least Nancy Pelosi, no matter what happens, blackouts or not, she'll be able to get her hair done. I guarantee.